Hello friends, welcome to Developers Planet. In my last video, we discussed about Django models and Django database, apps, routes, admin panel, installation, all about the Django. So now in this video, I'm going to provide a full tutorial on Django CRUD operation using MySQL database. CRUD means create, read, update and delete with Django. So we will create an employee app with add, edit, delete options, and this CRUD can be done from admin panel or front end. So what are the prerequisites before going through this tutorial? So you need to know basics about Python and HTML. You should have downloaded Python in your system, and you need to know about the virtual environment also. So I will provide all the links of the videos regarding virtual environment, installing Python or installing Django, everything. So you can get all the links in my description. So after creating virtual environment, you should install Django as well in your system. And these are the commands through which you can see the version of Django. So what are the steps to create this CRUD project? So for that we will create a project, then we will create an employee, okay, and we will mention its settings.py, then we will connect with MySQL database, then we will create an app, then we will create a model, and we will access this table from the admin panel, and we will create view functions for CRUD operation. We will create URL routing also, and then we will organize our template. We will create templates, base, index, edit these templates, and then we will do how to do static file handling, and then we will create CSS and run our Django server. So I'll be showing each and every step to you. So let's start this video. So I have created this doc file for our reference so that we will not forget any of the steps which we mentioned earlier. So I will share the link of this doc file also with you in description. So let's open our D drive where we will create our project. Here we have a venv file. This is virtual environment folder, and for details about virtual environment you will get the link in description. So let's activate this virtual environment. Go to scripts and type cmd here and just type activate here, activate, enter. Now we are inside this virtual environment venv. Okay, so now we can proceed. We can create our project inside this virtual environment. So before creating project, let's check the version of Python. So Python -- version, enter version. Yes, it's installed. 3.7.2 Python is installed. Let's check whether Django is installed or not. Django -admin - version, enter. 3.1.1. okay, so Python and Django both are installed. So let's go back to our directory, D directory, where we need to create the project. So let me show you. So here we will create a project. Okay, so let's create the project. And what is the command? Django Django -admin dot project, and the name of the project we are taking CRUD example. So CRUD example, let's hit enter. And okay, so yes, CRUD example project has been created. Let's see. Yes, here it is. So it has created the basics file, 5 files inside the CRUD example folder, and one is manage.py, which is our command utility file. Okay, so let's go inside this CRUD example, cd CRUD example, and now run our server. Command is python manage.py run server. Hit enter, and let's wait. Okay, so it is giving some unapplied migration. Just ignore it for now, and we can see that starting development server at 127.0. Let's open in browser. Just type that URL in browser. Oh yes, so the Django server is running fine. So we have created a project and the Django server is running fine. So till this step, if you have any doubt, you can see my last videos on Django. Let's go to our reference document. Now we will create an app for this project. So we will create an employee app. Let's go to our command prompt and stop this server. Control C, and it's stopped. Okay, now we will go to our directory. In D directory we have created project CRUD example, and here we don't have any app. Okay, so let's go to our command prompt again, and let's type python manage.py start app and the name of the app. We are going to give the name employee. Hit enter. Okay, so the employee app has been created. So here it is. So it gives by default migration folder and this much files: admin, apps, models, test, and views files. So employee app is created. Okay, so now I have already shown you our project structure. In CRUD example, we have parallel to CRUD example, we have employee folder which contains this much file and manage.py file. So let's do the database setup now. So we will connect our Django project with MySQL database and we will create a database DjangoDB. So let me open XAMPP. So I have installed XAMPP and I will use PHP myadmin to create a database. Let's click on new and here I'm giving the name DjangoDB. Just hit create and it will create the database. Okay, so here we have the database. Let's go to our reference document again. And so in settings.py of our project, we need to do these changes. So let me open our project in Visual Studio Code. You can use PyCharm or any other editor as well. So let's go to D drive, CRUD example, select folder. It will bring this folder here in Visual Studio Code. So in our project CRUD example, you can see a file settings.py. Just click on this file and below you can get the details for database. Here it is, databases. So by default it connects with SQLite 3 database. Okay, so we need to change it and we will connect it with MySQLDB. If you have any doubt, you can see my last video regarding connection with MySQL database with Django. So let me copy paste here, replace this with this one. Here we have defined engine MySQLDB, name our database name, password we are keeping it blank, host is localhost, port is 3306. So we have done this changes. Let's save it. So we have connected with our database. Okay, so now we will create models. Okay, so what is the use of model? Model defines our tables and all the relations. So model is the key for all the whatever we are going to do with our database. So let's copy paste this and we'll paste in our models.py in our app, employee app. So let me close this. Let's go to employee app and open models.py. So let's paste it here and remove this line as it get repeated. And let me explain you about this code. So we have created a class that is employee and we are taking models.model and here we have defined our columns for our table. So employee ID, employee name, and character field we are giving. For email we are giving email field, and for e-contact we are giving char field. And so here we are defining our meta, class meta, db table equal to employee. So employee will be the name of our table. So we have defined the model. So let's create a model form. So what this form will do, so like simple form in HTML or any other, so it will create a model form which we will use to fill the data through form. So let's create a file, forms.py, hit enter. Okay, inside this let's copy paste this. So from Django import forms. So Django provides forms, and from employee.models we are importing our employee model, this one which we have just created. So we are importing that as well, and we are giving this form name as class name employee form, and we are inheriting this model form, and in meta we have defined our model employee, and we are taking all the fields. Okay, so as we have discussed in this steps, so let's do the migration. So we have to do migration after creating the model form. Open our command prompt and write python manage.py make migrations. If you have any doubt, you can see my last videos also in description. I have provided the link. No changes detected. Why it happened? Because we have not defined our app in our project. So we need to mention the details about our app in our project, that we have created this app. So let me, so this employee model is not mentioned anywhere in our project. So let's go to CRUD example project, and we will go in settings, and we will go in installed apps. So here we should mention whatever the new app we have created. So let's go to employee apps, and this is the name of our app. So we will copy this employee, and we'll go to settings, and we will mention here inside single quotes employee. Let's put a comma here. Now we have defined or mentioned our employee in installed apps. Let's hit again this command. Okay, so migrations for employee. So employee migration, this file has been created. So create model employee. So let me show you this file also. So in our CRUD example project employee, inside migration 001 initial, if I will open this in Visual Studio Code, so what it has done, it has created a initial.py file with all the details like ID, employee ID, name. So it has created migration. Now when we will migrate, this will create a table with these fields. So let's do it. Python manage.py migrate, hit enter. So it is our first time migration, so it will create so many files. It will do migration for all our installed apps, admin, auth, content type, employee, sessions, for everything. So it will create all these tables in our database Django DB. So here it is making all the migrations. So yeah, it's done. Let's run our server, python manage.py run server, to check if everything is fine or not, because we have done many changes. Let's open it, and yes, everything is running fine. Let's go to the browser, open it here. Yes, it's running fine. Okay, let's check the database. Just click on your Django DB. Yes, okay, so all the tables has been created. Let's see this employee table. So we have the column ID, EID. So this ID is created by Django by default. This ID is as a primary key. This one, yeah, this. So else we have already defined in our model. So this ID is primary key. Okay, so let's go to admin panel. So here let's open admin. But we don't know anything about username and password. So we need to create username and password. For this, we need to create a super user for admin. So let's go to command prompt, python manage.py create super user. So this is the command, create super user. So these all commands and everything, you will get the detail in the doc link or doc file, which I will share in description. And so let's take username admin, email address admin@admin.com. We are just testing, so we can provide anything. Password, let's provide admin, ADMIN, again admin. So it's saying too similar or easy password. Let's keep it yes. So super user created successfully. Let's again run our server, python manage.py run server, hit enter. Okay, server is running fine. Let's go to the browser again, and let's open this, and then we will /admin. Okay, so our username is admin and password is ADMIN admin. Let's log in. Okay, here we are. So we have already two apps, groups and users defined in this. So we can add group or add users. We have already one user which we have just created, super user. So these are the filters here also. Let's go to the home. So we don't have any employee app here because we want to add the employee from admin panel. So what we have mentioned in our earlier steps. So save data in employee table through admin panel, accessing admin panel. So we are not getting any app here, admin employee, to add. So what we need to do is, in our employee project, we have a admin.py file. Here we need to register. So let's first import the model here from .models, import employee, and let's register it into the admin. So admin.site.register, and we'll mention employee. So let's go to the command prompt. It's, I think, yeah, it's reloaded and changed, running fine. Let's go to the admin panel, refresh. Okay, so here we get employees app. So like in our let me show you, in our table employee, it's empty right now, and we are in from admin panel. We will add some data into it in employees. So let's add some data. EID, let's take it 101, not 001, 101. Employee name Divakar, email diva@gmail.com, e-contact 98765432210. let's save it. Yeah, so object was added successfully. So this is the data. We can delete, update, or anything from here. Let's refresh employee here in our database. Okay, yeah, so the database entered successfully in database. So this is the way we can directly add. So now create view functions for CRUD operations through front end. So we can do everything from admin, but not everyone is going to be the super user. So we will create functions so that we can do it from front end as well. So in URLs we need to define the path. Let's define the path, give a blank path, and for in include we are including our employee.urls. So like if no one will provide anything in our URL, so it should go to employee.urls. Let me import include, and so we don't have any URLs file dot there in employee. So let's create a urls.py file. So we are creating a separate routing for our employee project, and let's write some code in our urls.py. From django.urls import path, from dot import views. So we are importing everything from our views file, and we are providing URL patterns. Inside this square pattern we will give some patterns. So if someone will give empty in URL, so after localhost 8000 or 127.0.8000, so it should show this show function inside this views. So we have not defined any show function. So let's go to the views file. So okay, yeah, this was the error here. Let's keep it in quotes, and now go to the views file. So here in views file we don't have any show function. Let's define a show function. Show, give parameter request, and we will write employees is equal to employee. So we are using our model here, employee dot. So let's import this model first in this file, views.py. From dot models import employee. Okay, fine. So now employee dot objects. So this is the way, this is ORM of Django, through which we just write employee.objects.all. So it will provide all the list of data from employee table and assign it to this employees variable. And now we are returning it to our HTML. So we are using render function, return render request, and the passing, we are passing the HTML file name show.html, and what data we are passing with this employees data, which we have just using ORM we have created the query. So we also need to create this show.html. So where should we keep the HTML files or static files or templates? So for this we need to make some changes. So let's go to our settings.py file, and we will go inside this templates. So in directory we need to define the path. So we will copy from this here, and let's paste it here and here. Okay, so what is the space directory? If you will see above, so there is the base directory, it is the path. Okay, so the current path of the parent path. So this is our base directory path, and let's go again back. So OS is getting some error. Okay, so we need to import OS also here. So let's write import OS. Okay, save it, and yeah, so now error is gone. So we will create a templates folder. Inside that there will be a base.html file. So this templates is common for everyone, and this base.html file is also common for every template. So we will go to our main project CRUD example. Inside this we will create a templates folder. This template folder will be common for all apps, so templates, and for particular employee app we'll go inside this and create a templates folder here. So these templates, this will contain all the HTML file for the employees app itself. Okay, so we have created both the template folders now. So let's create the base.html. So let's click on this templates and create base.html file. And okay, so now we will copy paste the code from the doc file. Let's go here and copy paste it. You will get this file link in description. So let me copy it from here and here. Okay, copy it and now paste it here. Okay, now you will see static. So what does this static mean? So we need to do the static files handling also. So whatever the static files like CSS file or images file, these all comes from the static things. So we will do the static files handling also in Django. So let's copy this code. So we need to define fields, directories and static root. So let's go to the settings, and at the bottom of the settings.py you will see here static URL. After this, just paste. So what does it mean? So this assets is created by Django itself. We will just create a static folder, and inside that we will put our CSS code or images, everything. So it will create a folder assets in main directory with our CSS file. So let's create this static folder. Okay, so in CRUD example, in main project, parallel to that we will create a static folder and enter, and inside this static folder again a folder CSS. Okay, and here inside this CSS we will create a file style.css. okay, so let's copy paste the code of style.css also. So from here let's copy and paste it here. Okay, and save it. Now we need to tell Django about these static files. So we will hit the command python manage.py collect static. So it will take all the static file and create a folder assets for use of itself, but it's getting error. Okay, so we did a mistake. We have to create a static file in parallel to the CRUD example projects, but we created inside CRUD example. Just cut it and paste it here parallel to CRUD example. Again hit the command and let's see. So 133 static files copied to assets. So for Django itself, for itself use, it creates its assets file and it use itself. So we don't need to do anything here. We will change in our static CSS style.css. So okay, so in our base.html we are loading static here and we are using to get this CSS file here, and in this block content we will provide all the content. So let's create the templates for employee also. We need to create that show.html file. Let's create that show.html, this file here, and let's see. So we are returning our show method to show.html. That's why we are creating this file. So let's copy paste the show.html code from our reference doc. You can get this doc link in description. Let's copy this here and paste it in our show.html file. Let me describe you about this code. So we are extending base.html which we have created just now. So we are extending that and we are creating a table inside these heads, and these are the table data for employee in employees. So I will discuss about this. For now let's delete this action button and this button from here. So let's make it simple just to provide the show. So this is the data employees we are passing from views, and we are fetching it here and we are providing a for loop. And so for empty request in our URL we will go to employee.urls, and in employee.urls also if we will get empty request from browser we will call this show function. So let's run our server, python manage.py run server, hit enter. Okay, it's running fine. Let's go to our browser and okay, go to browser, remove all this admin thing, hit enter. So yeah, it went to employee.urls. From that it called views.show method. In show method it called show.html, and this is the data it returned. So we have successfully done read operation of CRUD operation. Now we need another method to create employees, so we will copy paste yes here from the doc link, and this is to create employee. Okay, so comment in Python, it's not like a double slash backslash, put hash here to create an employee record. Okay, so what this function is doing here, we are using employee form also. Let's import that also from dot forms import. So from forms file we are importing employee form, this one. Yes. Okay, so and what else we needed in this file? Okay, redirect also. So let's import redirect. So this emp method is checking first if request is post, so it takes the employee form, and if it checks if the form is valid, properly valid, then it saves and redirect to show method. Okay, and if not, there is no request of post, it gets the employee form and pass this form data to index.html file. So we'll pass this form data from this employee form to this index.html. So we render this. So we need to create this index file also. Let's go to our templates and create a new file, index.html. Okay, and in this HTML, let's go to our doc file and copy paste this index.html file. So let's copy paste it, and I will explain the code in file itself. Let's copy it, paste it here. So as we did in show.html, we are extending base.html here, and we have created a form method equal to post, and action is emp. We will define the URL and we will call this method emp in views. So we will define the URL soon, and we have created CSRF token as well. And in enter details we are getting the data of the form, EID, form ename. So it will create itself input elements for these form data. I will show you in short, and we have taken a submit button also. So this is all about this index.html. So now we will define the URL for emp. So we need to define the path. So in path, let's copy paste this. So we are using function emp, and in path we have to provide emp. Okay, so yes, so for emp it will call the views dot show method, and from there it will, if it will not a post method, it will redirect to index.html. Okay, so I think changes has been done and it's running fine. Let's save it and provide /emp. Okay, yeah, so the form is here itself, it created input elements and all, but we are not going to provide the emp through URL, so we need a button here. So let's go to show.html and create a button here at the below, button for create a new record. So let's href equal to emp and define the class button primary add new record. So we don't need to go to URL, we will have a button to click and go to that file. So let's refresh it again. Yes, so now we have a add new record and it's coming to /emp. So yes, let's check. Provide 102 aman@gmail.com 123456789 and submit. Okay, so we got, because we have not defined show in our URL file. Okay, that's why we are getting this error. So let's define show in our URL file. So let's copy paste this, make it show show, use show show, and we have, okay, changes done. So let's refresh it again. So yes, we got this Aman last record, but let's add a record again. 103 priyam@gmail.com 987653421. Save it. Oh yes, so it redirect to show and Priyam is added. So we are able to create a record also, we are able to read the record also. Now update and delete remaining. So we will create some action button in show. So let's create action button for edit and delete. So action, and in table data we will provide, let's copy paste it from the doc file. You can get the stock file link in description. So yes, from here let's copy paste this, copy it and paste it here. So for edit, we are passing it to edit with the ID number of employee, particular ID of the employee, and for delete also. So we have not defined the edit and delete in our URL. So urls.py, we need to do that as well. So for this edit, let's go to employee apps urls.py and let's make it edit, and we have to provide a integer number, that is ID of that employee that we will get, and let's make it delete. And for this edit, we will call a method edit, and for this delete, we will call a method destroy. So now we need to define these method in views file. So let's go to views and define a method. Let's comment make to edit form, to open edit form. Okay, so let's copy this method from doc file, and this edit is getting an ID also. For this particular ID, we are getting the detail of this employee, the result, and we will pass it to edit.html, and we will pass all the detail employee. So now let's copy the code of edit.html file from our doc link. Let's copy it and paste it in edit.html file. So we need to create an edit.html file. Let's create a new file, edit.html, hit enter and paste it here. So as we did for index.html file, we have created a form, method post, and passing it to update. Action is update, and we are creating input type EID and the values employee.id. From where it is coming? It's coming from edit method, and this employee we're passing to edit.html. So these are the values which are coming, and we have made it required, and we have submit button also. So we have not created any method for update or in URL anything for update. So let's go to URLs, and we need to create a path for update. So update, and ID should be like this, views.update. So now we need to create a method in our views. The name of the method should be update. So let's create an update method. Let's write comment to update an employee and copy the update method from our doc file, search update, and here it is. Let's copy it. So this method is almost same as which we created a EMP method. There we are also getting ID and getting the employee data, and here we are creating different thing. Employee form, we are creating an instance, and if form is valid, we are saving it, redirecting it to show, otherwise we are redirecting it to edit.html. So this is what we are doing, and let's go to our project. Let's refresh it. It's okay, it's not, so server is down. Is there an error? Yes. So destroy. So we have not created a destroy method but defined in URL. Okay, so we need to create a destroy method, but let's do one thing. Let's comment it for now. We will create destroy method later. Let's comment it, and okay, it's itself reloaded, and let's refresh it. Okay, so it's working fine. We get the edit delete buttons also. Let's create on edit for Diwakar. Okay, we get the form, edit form, and here let's Diwakar update it. Yes, so it's also working fine. So let's delete it. Okay, so we have not created URL or views for delete. Let's uncomment it and create a delete method. So to delete an employee, and copy paste the code for delete method from our doc file. Copy this. So this is destroy function. Let's paste it here. So it will get the particular employee with ID, and it delete it and redirect to show. So let's say it's reloaded and working fine. Let's refresh it, go back, refresh it. Let's delete it. Okay, it should show some prompt before deleting, but we will do it later. So it is working fine. Let's again do this. Aman update it, add new record 104, new@gmail.com, some number, save it. So we did the CRUD operation successfully. So if you want to get the code of this whole project, you will get the code from our GitHub link. So I have provided the URL in doc file, and the link of this doc file you will get from the description. So this is our code. You can clone it and directly use it. So I have given all the comments and described about this. So if you have any doubt, you can ask in comment section. And so we have done this CRUD operation successfully using MySQL database. You have this doc file in description. We have this database. Let's refresh. So everything is working fine. So thanks for watching. I hope you like this video, and see you soon in next video with some interesting topics. Take care and bye bye.